The Oromo Self-Help Organization Osho is a non-profit, non-political, non-religious humanitarian organization founded in 1991 with the aim of contributing to relief, rehabilitation and development efforts in the Oromia region. Since its establishment, Osho was engaged in the implementation of relief, water development, natural resource management, agriculture development, income generation, small-scale irrigation, social development, fluoride removal and pastoral development activities in 11 zones and 39 districts of Oromia. To become a leading charity organization in contributing to the development programs in Oromia and sustainable development goals by 2021 is one of the vision of Osho. To become a leading charity organization in contributing to the development programs in Oromia and the sustainable development goals by 2021 is a vision of Osho. As a mission to build enabling dynamic capacity and with special emphasis to youth and women, implement community-based, environmentally friendly food and nutrition security focused health and education targeted and integrated livelihood programs that could bring measurable impact in the living standards of the peoples in Oromia. The following are strategic values of Osho: committed to work in collaboration and synergy with regional and federal level institutions toward this economic and social transformation, foster environmentally friendly projects and uphold the principles of do no harm, works to curb poverty and dependency syndrome by empowering the community, enhance the principle of accountability, legality, networking, transparency and good governance, respect for positive indigenous knowledge and useful traditional institutions and culture, instill commitment to quality work and excellence, promotes the principles of flexibility, versatility, and diversity. The following are operational areas of Osho: environmental protection, improved agriculture practice, water development and water resource management, pastoralist development, relief, rehabilitation, social development intervention, HIV/AIDS and sanitation, child care organization, and the mobilization of youth force, gender equality, resource mobilization, and institutional capacity building to empower women, the youth, and all disadvantaged and groups in the society. Chief Executive Officer of Oromo Self-Help Organization had to say the following about Osho.
Osho, which stands for Oromo Self-Help Organization, it is a local NGO, non-political, non-religious, and established with aim to contribute to the rehabilitation and development of projects which benefit needy community in Oromia and in other regions else. And the organization is established in 1991 and from its establishment Osho has engaged in different projects and development and humanitarian projects and so far the organization is try to address around 3 million people with a budget of more than 2.6 billion Ethiopian birr. And in here in Central Rift Valley we started working in 2017, and since then we have intervened in areas of water development, natural resource management, and crop production. And currently we are working on water sanitation and hygiene works, specifically on fluoride removal. As it is done in this Rift Valley, more than 14 million people is affected by fluoride due to high concentration of fluoride in drinking and cooking water. And in response to this, Osho established a strategy in 2010 with its donors, Swiss Church Aid, USAID, and IWAG. And We try to import some chemicals and filter materials from Kenya in order to alleviate this problem. After piloting those technologies which we brought from Kenya, we try to establish our own hair which can be adaptable to the area. Currently, we have two technologies here, and which we produce in our center in order to serve these people who are just prone to fluorosis problem, which comes as a result of high fluoride concentration in drinking water and in cooking, because the source of fluoride is in human body is either something which you drink or something which you eat. So that high fluoride concentration in drinking and in cooking is the major sources of high fluoride concentration in our body. So more than 40% of the wells in this Mid-Rift Valley is affected by this problem. So this needs strategy and mitigation. So Osho is mainly focusing on elevating this high fluoride. We came up with these two technologies, and now we are working in collaborating with Water and Energy Development Bureau of Oromia and different NGOs who are working in water sector in this Mid-Rift Valley, including South Water and Mine Energy Office. And now the modality of our intervention, I can say it is two-way now. In the past, we used it to receive money for donor and implement development activities as per the CSA. And currently, since the organization have developed an interest to scale up this intervention and this innovative intervention to impact the affected community and to sustain its production, we license it as a social enterprise from respective organizations, and we are working as the IGA, and we receive contracts from different sectors, and based on that, currently we have 5 ongoing projects and water works in our hand, which we contracted from Oromia Water and Energy Resource Development Bureau. Langano project site is one of the project site we contract with our client, Oromia Water and Energy Resource Development Bureau, and there are around 650 households benefiting from this water point. And currently, we have completed the work, and the community started to use, the treated water.
Osho has a General Assembly in which all stakeholders participate to make decisions on policy issues. It has also a board drawn from General Assembly composed of high reputed and professionally qualified personalities to realize a collective leadership, and management team chaired by the General Manager is in place. A managing team is composed of department heads of program and project managers. All programs, projects run by Osho have their own organizational structure based on the generally accepted participant principles and donor-specific condition. This dynamic structure is always subject to revision based on the expansion of the program. Osho has fairly enough facilities like vehicles, machines, equipment, and furniture to carry out ongoing projects. Continuous efforts have been made to refine the management system of Osho. As a result, following the dynamic nature of CSO, all relevant organizational manuals and software policy and strategy documents have been prepared and put into practice. Osho has various credentials from donors, multilateral and bilateral agencies and government offices, and also a best practice award from CCRDA. Osho used to appear on a front page of Boston Globe for its magnificent achievements in supporting the rural community. When projects are developed, it is Osho's policy and tradition to thoroughly think and design modalities of handing over to the beneficiaries community and concerned line departments to assure the sustainability of Project Osho has a well-designed phasing out strategy. Fluorosis mitigation with innovative technologies, Rift Valley Drinking Water Project phase, Osho Fluoride Removal Technology Center, solar water pumping combined with defluoridation using hydroxylapitate pilot project, Ethiopian Social Accountability Program.
First of all, to produce HAP or hydroxylapitate, we start by adding water in this reactor, we call it reactor. Then after filling water, we start to add lime. This lime is hydrated lime. After we add lime, we start to agitate it for proper mixing of water and hydroxylapitate HAP. Then the next process is dosing acid to get enough hydroxylapitate within preferred quality of HAP. We just start by dosing phosphoric acid. After we start phosphoric acid, we monitor by regulating and monitoring the pH value of this HAP. All these processes are controlled by this control unit. This control unit have its own purpose for every unit of this chemical reaction. After dosing have finished, we again agitate it for a fixed time. Then after mixing it for the enough time as the laboratory technician ordered us to stop and start for the next process for pressing or this unit for filtering, we start to filter. These all control units are ordered by this here the production technician. After agitating for enough time of this HAP, we start to press it. This is what I have shown you to produce this cake. We filter to prepare this unit. This is called cake. This is actually hydroxylapitate. After this process, we will go to the physical changing process. To mince it, we dry it, then we mince it. After we get enough dryness, then we go to this process. This is called a mixing process. Then we mix it for getting proper moisture content for a mincing process. After we make it here mixer, the final process is the shaping process is called this process. This is already a minced HAP. This minced HAP will then dry in drying material in drying chamber or in the sunlight.
Let me introduce what is working on Osho. This is our production, what we call it hydroxylapitate. Okay. This hydroxylapitate is produced from water, hydrated lime, and phosphoric acid. I'll show you on the way at warehouse how to produce. So now this is our finished good product. In this laboratory, we will check quality of our product. So now from our product, I take this sample to check its quality. When we say its quality, I want to check fluoride removal capacity of this production. So I take sample from our product. So after what I do, just like this, I take some amount of sample, and then within a small beaker, I prepare water. This beaker contains only 100 ml, 100 milliliter. After that, just like this, I fill in this beaker 100 ml standard water. This is 10 ppm. That means fluoride in the standard water. After that, my sample I will put here. Then I wanted to go to check its quality. This is fluoride machine test or fluoride measurement machine. So like this, I will put this modern machine for fluoride measurement. After that, when I get my result, I take the result here. It is seen. So after that, I will put on fluoride analysis graph on the computer. Another one is we test water. This water is, we take the sample from our site. Before we install water, we test fluoride content.
Okay.
Every site have its own fluoride content, because maybe it's not the same. Fluoride content is not the same, because for example, this is from Furda site, is contain around 4.0 something milligram per liter. And also when we check another what we call Botelamma site, their fluoride content is not the same. For that case, we take a sample from this water. We wanted to check its fluoride content. I take sample like this. After through a time, I will check. This is a sample from Furda site or from any site. After that, I will check its fluoride content. After we check fluoride content, we recommend for Oromia Water Office. Now, after I measure water, I put here on fluoride analysis graph like this. The result I gave from fluoride measurement I put here like when it is just like this, I put on the computer. So when it is maybe our water raw material is counting like 80 minus 81, it is fluoride concentration is 1.19, and also maybe another this water site have it is fluoride concentration is 3.76, like this I put on the computer. After that, on laboratory report paper, we recommend for the office. This is Langano site. It is found in Bora Orada, around Alamtena Sound. So this backside tanker is stored in raw water. This one is stainless steel, which it is filled by hydroxyl apatite. This is stainless steel. The raw water is flowed through this 3 tanker. This is the first tanker, the second and the third one. In this stainless steel tanker, hydroxyl apatite is filled. It has its own inlet and outlet. The raw water is flowed through these 3 tanker. It is come to here. This is storage tanker. Treated water stored here.
As I briefed you earlier, Osho FRT has 2 technologies in order to mitigate fluoride from drinking and cooking water, and this is one of the water scheme we constructed through finance from Oromia Water and Energy Resource Development Bureau, and we constructed this scheme this year, and it has a capacity to serve around 650 households in this area, and we hope that through using of this water, problems that arise as a result of high fluoride concentration in water and water in this area can be mitigated. And fluoride, as we know, got very negative health impact, starting from dental fluorosis to even cancer when it is very high. And in this area, the fluoride concentration is around 9, and it is very serious to cause other health impacts beyond skeletal fluorosis and dental fluorosis. And this scheme, as you see, we have some of the modality while constructing this type of schemes. We have there raw water stored. We have there treatment tankers where we put chemicals to filter water to remove fluoride from water, and we have also the third tanker there to store treated water scores. And as the innovation in order to sustain the availability of water for the consumers to use the whole day, we have a supplementary scheme which I call house. You see, we call it kiosk, and it is meant to serve the operator of this scheme. Definitely, we do have some procedures while we allow community to use this water. We do have frequent monitoring of the scheme and to check the level of fluoride concentration in the treated water, and our technology can reduce the amount of fluoride in the water to the level of 0.05 milligram per liter. Well, as I said, we have 2 technologies now, Bonchar, which we normally produce from bone from slaughtering houses. After charring, crushing, and washing it with some chemicals, we use it for filter. And this one is synthetic one. It is artificial one which we produce using lime, phosphoric acid, and water. And this one is the best technology we have here in Ethiopia now, because it has a capacity to reduce around 3 folds of Bonchar, and it has got long duration. And from the community perception, when we use Bonchar, there are some of the social cultural problems. We need to convince the community in order to use water from Bonchar, and this one is artificial. We don't have that problem with that. And also, it has long duration. We can regenerate more than 8 times, and it can serve, for a long time. And we don't have some smells and odor like that with this technology. And it is being highly appreciated by the user community. And well, one of the thematic area of Osho is, water, sanitation, and hygiene as the main thematic area to intervene in areas where there is a gaps by government to fill gaps that may just occur. And we have been working in this area for last 15 years, and finally we came out from long-term intervention. Fluoride is the major problem affecting the human health in this area, from physiological aspect to social aspect. If you see community in here areas, they do have dental problems, and they are not willing to smile to that extent. So, and also after age of 14, most of the community in this Rift Valley curve due to fluorosis, skeletal fluorosis. So over a long time, study and investigation of the major problem, together with our donors, especially Swiss Church Aid and USAID, we decide to seek for mitigation options. And first we came up with Bonchar, and after some time we reached to the level of producing hub in our center. Now Osho operates in 2 models, which I can say. We normally intervene in projects which we normally receive from donors, and also as we found the importance of sustaining the production of Bonchar and hydroxyl apatite in our center, we changed our approach to a sort of income generating activity in order to sustain the production of the center. Now with donors, we operate as a conventional NGO by implementing development projects with those who can come with with funds in answering to this fluorosis problem. We normally contract with very less amount of money profit, since our motive is social impact as the vision. What we have as Osho FRTs is we aspiring for the community in this Mid-Rift Valley to get fluoride free water. We do have actually we have some forums together, especially in mitigation and strategic scale-upping, both with regional bureaus and the Ministry of Water and Energy. And we do have such relations, and also we wish, especially around 40 million people in this area is affected, out of which Oromia takes the lion portion. For example, East Shoa, West RC, and RC zones in Oromia regional state, they are highly affected by this fluorosis and fluoride problem, which causes fluorosis. And we wish in future, with the hope that Oromia Water and Energy Resource Bureau will have a sort of fluoride mitigation coordination office. Well, we have, as you said, this year we have 5 schemes like this with Oromia Water and Energy Resource Bureau for 3 districts, Fantalle and around Matara and Gardima. We have 1 site in Walenchiti district. We have 1 site in Adama district, and 2 of them are here in Bora district. These are the activities which we accomplished this year. A year before, we have intervened in some areas like in Fantale, and also we have interventions, activities with other NGO. For instance, last year we had the project with Ethiopian Red Cross Society, Southern SNNP in Walaita Zone, Kindo Kosha Warada, which we successfully accomplished. And we had also projects with Catholic, which we installed in Bulbula Catholic School. And recently we have a project with Southern nations and nationalities people in Alawa. We are about to start that project. It is a huge project which requires around 72 tons of hydroxyl and there are also projects in pipeline. As I said, we act as a contractor, and as well as we receive funds from donors and implement project activities. As I said, 14 million people is a huge number of people, which waiting for intervention, and I encourage donor organizations and even regional and federal respective bureaus to take this problem into their on board and come with appropriate solution. And as Osho FRTC, we are welcome anybody who wants to work with us.
Fluoride is an organic ion of chemical element fluorine, which in nature does not occur in the element form. Fluoride is chemically the most active non-metallic element and also is the most reactive electromagnetic ion. In its element form, fluorine is a pale yellow, highly toxic and corrosive gas. A primary source of fluoride are fluoride-bearing minerals and volcanic gases. It is for this reason that one finds high fluoride concentration in drinking waters that come from groundwater in the volcanic Rift Valley. In human body, 40 to 50 of the absorbed fluoride is retained in the body, mainly in the bones. In addition, a small fraction is present in all places with high level of calcium, example in teeth, especially in dentine, in renal stones and sclerotic blood vessels. Fluoride is incorporated into the hydroxyl phosphate of the tooth enamel to take its stronger, more resistance to decay and exposure to acid. Both deficiency and excess of fluoride have negative health impacts. Deficiency of fluoride causes tooth decay or dental caries, stimulates new bone formation, maintains the integrity of bones, prevents dental caries. Consumption of high fluoride results in a severe complication of fluorosis, dental skeletal fluorosis, creeping fluorosis. The Ethiopian Central Rift Valley is one of the most globally affected areas, an estimated 8 million people potentially at risk of fluorosis. Due to its geologically and climatic characteristics, the Ethiopian Central Rift Valley has some of the world's highest concentration of fluoride, found mainly in the deep wells in the semi-arid parts of the region. Main sources of fluoride is acidic volcanic rocks found in the Ethiopian Central Rift Valley, which have both high fluoride and low soluble calcium concentration. Subsequently, over 14 million people in Ethiopia live in the Rift Valley. Many of them are affected by high fluoride in groundwater source. Oromo Self-Help Organization endeavor concerning in fluorosis mitigation. The organization has been working in Rift Valley areas for more than 10 years, and the beneficiary communities have built up a lot of trust, having successfully implemented project activities. Central Rift Valley of Ethiopia is one of the international areas where Osho has massively intervened in area of water development, intervention in areas of water development for different purposes, other rural development intervention.